Friends, today is the final Sunday in this year's Stewardship campaign, Inspired to Meet Human Need, and we have asked Bill Gray to offer our minute for stewardship at this time. So Bill, I invite you to come forward and share your reflections with us. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So good to see you all today. I will tell you, I had a little concern, or a lot of concern, when Mike Deese, being a lawyer, first asked me to talk about this today, because he wanted me to talk about the impeachment hearing. But after a little arm twisting, I finally got Mike to come around, and maybe we could just talk about stewardship, because I think we agree that's all a little bit less controversial. Recently, my wife and I celebrated our 25th year of membership here in Louisville. And I remember 25 years ago walking through those doors, through the sanctuary, and sitting right back over there, listening to a wonderful service. And following the service, the couple that had greeted us as we entered the church came over and introduced themselves and showed a lot of interest in us. They introduced us to all the people around us. And at that moment when we were leaving, we felt so welcome in this church. It was so warm and so caring that we knew this was going to be a home for us at Louisville. So over this 25 years, we have received so much. In times of need, and giving birth to 3 children, to surgeries, to illness, to loss of loved ones, the members of this congregation and the pastors have always been there, offering their support and their encouragement. We have a tremendous education program here at Louisville with outstanding instructors and lecturers that show us how Scripture is interpreted, how we can use this in our everyday life. We learn about the Reformation, the heritage of a Presbyterian church. We're engaged constantly to have some impact on social policy, to address the needs of the environment and social injustice. After all these years, we still come on Christmas Eve, and we're moved by the ambiance and the message of that candlelight service. We're full of joy and energy when you come back at Easter and the sanctuary is full of balloons. You have the musicians up here, and it's just so exciting. I think you've all been there. You know what I'm talking about. And let's not forget the pulpit. Every Sunday we leave here with that message which inspires us, which gives us hope that as we leave and go out into a world that's broken, that's full of despair, that we somehow can have an impact on that. We raised 3 children in this church. We have fond memories of sitting in this pews, watching our kids participate in all these activities. We've had kids that have been dressed up like sheep, shepherds, angels, and my son Nick was even baby Jesus one year when he was 4 months old. But the most important memories we think we have is when our children were baptized here, and then they were later confirmed into the Church of Christ. We felt like with the support of this congregation and the work that we have done, they accepted this membership on their own. There's a lot that this church has to offer. We have received so much. I am not a historian, but I do believe that President John F. Kennedy said something along this line. It is not what your church can do for you, but what you can do for your church. Or maybe I'm off a little bit, but I think you get the point there. So on this Commitment Sunday, what we're asking for is what is it that we can do? These programs that I've been talking about, these activities, they cannot be sustained. They cannot grow without your financial commitment. And we're asking you on this Sunday, the final day of our stewardship campaign, to prayerfully think about what it is that you can do. What is it that you can give back to the church in exchange for everything that you've been given? When we talk about stewardship, it's not only about a financial commitment, It's also about giving your time and talent back to the church. In my 25 years, I've been fortunate enough to be ordained as an elder. I've served on session. I've been on the Stewardship campaign. I've been active in Church in the World Ministry Group. I've served Thanksgiving dinners. I've just done a whole host of things. And you can too. If you look around the church, the congregation, where we are right now in the sanctuary, the opportunities are everywhere. Can you come up and enlighten us with music? Can you be a part of the choir? There's empty chairs up there. Can you be a scripture leader? Can you walk down the aisle and carry a plate? You can be an usher. You can greet people. You can be warm. You can be open. Obviously, you could be a greeter. There's so many opportunities here for you to engage in the church. And my dad always taught me, he said, you can only get out of something as much as you put in. And the more you get involved, the more you contribute, the more you feel like this is a community at home, the more you will receive from that. So on this Commitment Sunday, I ask you, please think about what you can do financially, as well as what you can do to give your time and talents to the congregation. May the peace of Christ be with you all. Thank you.